Like it has.
Well, it creates that. Are you going to sit at home that weekend?
No.
Like there may be another series, like to your point, JT, where it's like, I can skip this one. But if you skip that NHRA race when you have worked for years to get the grade points or the sponsorship or whatever to get in there, you're not going to miss a race unless something catastrophic happens. And there's big power in that too.
I think that's where it's headed, man. And there's nothing wrong with a club. I mean, there's really not. I mean, I get it. And there are.
I like clubs.
I like clubs too.
I like clubs.
You know what I mean, man? And
it's about happy hour.
It is just about happy hour. Speaking of happy hour, a little bit of a happy hour for the NHRA Pro Mod series to kind of continue that conversation. News broke earlier this week that the D-Wagon NHRA Pro Mod Shootout would be going down August 18th through 21st, Brainerd, Minnesota, during the Lucas Oil
shout out to Craig Kruckberg. And if he's sponsoring a shootout at the zoo in Brainerd, JT, we might need to go.
I've been wanting to go to the zoo. Yeah.
He's a fun guy.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Well, I'm telling you what, that's his local race, right? So the D-Wagon, Steinar, that brand, their local races there in Minnesota. We know about, I mean, it's no secret, the energy and enthusiasm that exists at Brainerd in the zoo. I mean, this is a unique brand of race fan. Pro Mod was extremely well received. I mean, I'm sure they've run like local shootouts and stuff like that, but this was the first time the NHRA Pro Mod series had ever been up to Brainerd, Minnesota. All the racers we talked to, despite the fact they only had like 10 or 12 cars, everybody we talked to, from Stevie Jackson to the race winner, Jose Gonzalez, Brandon Snyder, Justin Bond, everybody involved, they all came back saying, man, that was one of the funnest races I've ever been to. I'm so glad I went. And I think by putting this $25,000 D-Wagon Pro Mod Shootout together, we'll see those numbers more representative of what we typically see across the country, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is I'd like to think.
We were unsure if they were going to return to Brainerd when the schedule came out. There was some scuttle about that. But like you said, I think that this really incentivizes people to go to that, even if it's off the beaten path for some of these teams.
It's smart, man. You got to give them credit. Like, this is a great way to try to bait some people to make that tow that perhaps otherwise wouldn't, because typically at this point in the season, you're getting guys that are, you know, they spend a lot of money. It's 2 million degrees out. Diesel prices are still high. Parts are hard to get. Like,
it's expensive to go to Brainerd too.
It's expensive to go to Brainerd. Yeah.
Far as
lodging, hotels, everything, man. It's a real tourist destination. It's relatively remote, so the options are limited. And I mean, from a table at a restaurant to a hotel room, it's slim picking.
JT's on Airbnb right now trying to find.
Well, I was just wondering, do I have to go to the race if I go? I mean,
well, that's the thing, man.
I can just stay in the zoo.
I would say a significant percentage of the people who buy tickets to that race never leave the zoo.
I mean, Wes, can we get that house that you rented in 2006?
We could, man. We could look around.
Burn it down?
No, we left. It got tore up pretty good, but we could go back, man.
I mean, that's what we do at a lot of sporting events. We rent or we buy tickets, and then we just end up sitting in the parking lot.
Right. You never even make it inside.
Tailgating the whole time. Pisses my wife off. Oh my God. Why'd we buy tickets? In case I wanted to go in at some point.
Yeah. What do you do, man? I mean, I think that we have to recognize that there's no very few of these drag races are like a great deal. You know what I mean? Like you're going to be, especially at this level, it's tough. You're not making as much as you spent. Right. But I think it does help that they're putting this deal together to try to draw some people out there and throw a little bit of money at them. I think everybody that qualifies for the shootout's going to get a check of some sort. So it'll be a good thing, man. I think.
Yep. We need more of this. We need more special shootouts and one-off races. We say that all the time.